What will Utah State start off in? Will they start off in the zone? Will they start off in the sagging man? And what will Deshaun Taylor do to set the tone? He took the loss on himself the last time. Will he come back this game and make a difference?
Aggies in their traveling white. The Bulldogs in the dark uniforms this afternoon. Boy, Bryson Williams, what a game he had against UNLV, hitting his last 8 shots. Because of it, he's catapulted to the forefront and has the highest shooting percentage in the Mountain West Conference. Bryson Williams in that center circle is going to jump against Alex Dargenton, the senior from France. Dargenton, very athletic, lean body at 6'8", but he can get up in the air. Of course, Bulldogs looking for revenge. They want to get that one back that they let slip away in Logan on January 3rd. Ready to start. They're in the center circle. The ball's tossed in the air, and Bryson Williams controls. And the Bulldogs and Jerron Hopkins will go on offense first. Utah State in a man-for-man. Now they'll do both man and zone. Backdoor goes Bowles, lost the handle, picks it up, and the Bulldogs will reset the offense. Bowles working against Brown out on top. Right side it comes to Deshaun Taylor on the baseline to Williams. Off to Hopkins. They work it left side. A 3 for Bittner, and the shot is blocked by Merrill. With 2 on the clock, it comes to Bowles, and he hits a 3 from the left side with the right hand.
Nice recovery by Sam to hit Bowles, but big time Bryson in the post with a double team from Utah State. Look for that all night, and if he recognizes where to throw the ball out to, they'll have success.
How about the awareness of Bittner there to find the shooter? Out in front, Merrill for 3. It's on the way, and it's good, and he ties it. Sam Merrill.
We talked about defense. It's hard to do, but they got to guard all these actions that Utah State runs.
First minute, each team produces a 3 ball. Hopkins right side, out in front to Bowles. Left side to Deshaun Taylor, who thought about a 3, but Brito was able to flash out on him, so Deshaun didn't take the shot. Bowles with it, right side to Hopkins, back to Bowles. Drives, comes inside, shot of 5's over the iron, no good, and a rebound for Sam Merrill. Now Sam Merrill is a tall guard at 6'5". And Merrill comes into the front court. The Aggies in search of their first lead. Brown from out in front drives, working against Bittner, stops and shoots over Sam, and scores from 16. 5-3 Aggies.
All right, they're picking up where they left off against Fresno State last time. They're sagging their man. The first play they guarded full, but watch how they sag tonight, Randy. They're going to sag and help Bryson all night long.
Played just less than 2 minutes. The Aggies lead by 2. Hopkins penetrates, pulls up, throws inside to Williams, threw it away from him. It was deflected out of bounds. A lot of congested area, a lot of bodies in that paint, and Brown touched it last, so the Dogs keep it.
Well, it's going to be like that all night because they're not going to let Bryson beat them.
Bryson against 2 in the key, puts up a 5-footer and scores anyway.
Yeah, he's determined.
Well, he can extend. He has that extra level. He can go above and beyond. And Bryson Williams has hit his last 9 shots. Remember, he hit his final 8 against UNLV. Here's a deflection by Hopkins out of bounds as he works against McEwen.
See, that's a better matchup for Fresno State. Have Hopkins guard McEwen instead of Deshaun, because I think McEwen's just too big and strong.
Inbounded to Kobe McEwen. We're even at 5 apiece. 17:45 to play. Opening half here at the Save Mart Center. Again, the Dogs are 10-3 at home this season. Left side with it, Merrill has already hit a 3. I think it's appropriate. He wears number 3, and he can really shoot from beyond the arc. Right side, Brito will take a 3, high arch jumper, and that rattles in. Nestling through, 3 points for Brito, and it's 8-5 Aggies.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. You know, that Deshaun was there, but he just shot over Deshaun. But they've got him guarding Deshaun, and I don't think he has a chance in the world to guard him.
Aggies have hit all 3 of their shots, 2 of them in from long range. Hopkins with it, he'll set it up. 6'6" point guard who can penetrate. The transfer from Colorado goes down low to Bryson Williams, working on the baseline, back to Hopkins. Inside, he fumbles it, picks it up, goes up and scores. Jerron Hopkins.
Just based off of getting the ball to Bryson and let Bryson be the Bill Walton type. Let him throw out of the double teams and hit cutters coming down the lane.
Aggies 8, Dogs 7, 16:45 to play here in the opening half. McEwen out in front. Remember, he had 28 in the previous meeting. To Brito, right side. Brito working against Deshaun Taylor on the baseline to Dargenton. Cross court. Brown's 3's on the way, and that's good. You can't shoot it any better than this. Utah State lighting it up, and they're leading 11-7.
Well, when you let the pace get like that, they're in a comfortable pace right now. You got to make sure you get out on shooters and close out.
Here's Deshaun Taylor from the right side, his 16-footer over the iron, and Brown rebounds. Shows some ball handling skills as he comes across the timeline. Left side to Merrill, saving a bad pass is Sam Merrill. Back out to Brito, and Brito gives it to the point guard, Kobe McEwen. Conference Freshman of the Year last season in the Mountain West. He was honorable mention All-League in his initial year. McEwen, right side, Brito from the corner. The three is on the way, their first miss, and a rebound to Hopkins of the Dogs.
Now they got a break. Get points off transition. Get it now.
Utah State got back nicely defensively, not allowing the Dogs to run and gun and beat them down the floor. Hopkins with it between the rings. Gets a pick from Williams. He's double teamed, had it deflected away. It goes to Bittner. Bittner inside to Williams on the baseline. Reverse layups up, no good. And he stepped out of bounds. So a turnover, it'll go back to the Aggies. Timeout on the floor, 15:32 left first half. The Aggies off to a hot start. They lead your Dogs 11-7. Bulldog basketball from Learfield. Brought to you in part by Smart Lawn, the only place you'll find Tiger turf in the Valley. Aggies bring it in, up 11-7. Early on, of course, the Aggies have been on fire. They've hit 4 out of their first 5 shots. The Dogs shooting it well. They're 3 of 6. You like offense? Well, the first 4-minute session was fun to watch. Brito dribbling the basketball, hands it off to Kobe McEwen. The expert ball handler goes inside to Brito, picked up by Williams. He gives it off to Brown. Brown puts it up, around, and out, but a foul against Fresno State. Aggies passing the ball well in the half court.
Yeah, and if you get all data set in the key and they don't call a 3-second count, there's nothing you can do to defend that. So, you know, they moved the ball well, but Fresno State's got to put greater ball pressure on to make passing harder.
Sam Bittner picked up the first foul for the Dogs today. Dwayne Brown Jr. at the free throw line for the Aggies. Young man from Georgia puts in the first one. 12-7 Utah State. 15:06 to play. Opening half. One Taylor replaces another for the Dogs. Deshaun out, Jamel in. Of course, Jamel can extend defenses with his long-range shooting ability. Second foul shot by Brown misses. Rebound Hopkins of the Dogs. Dogs down by 5. Jerron brings it up the floor. Left side to Bowles, and suddenly the Aggies go into his zone.
Yeah, they're changing the cadence of the game. They got a little lead. They think Fresno State will start pressing their offense against this zone. Nice.
Inside, Bittner's free and scores.
BW, Bill Walton, Bryson Williams, Fresno State's happy either way.
Bryson Williams off the baseline with a wonderful feed to Bittner. Lead is 3 for the Aggies at 12-9. They're up the floor with Brito. Brito to Brown. Around the horn, it comes to Quinn Taylor. Backdoor, McEwen inside, missed an easy shot. And here come the Dogs looking to push it. Down the floor comes Hopkins. He's turned aside. Brito able to pick him up. Off to Jamel Taylor. JT gives it back like a T formation quarterback to Hopkins. Hopkins inside. Williams is there, and he's hammered going up. Taylor really hit him hard. Quinn Taylor. Smart foul, or Williams would have dunked the basketball. He's going to have to earn it at the free throw line.
Yeah, and nice pass by Jerron to wait for him to push the ball up court. What I talked about. When he pushes it, it makes it more difficult for them to set up their half-court defense. And even though they didn't get a layup, they were able to run that play for the first time at the rate that they wanted to run it at. And look at what happened. You get Big Bryson up there.
Missed the first one. That foul was given to Sam Merrill. He also hit Williams. But I got to tell you, Quinn Taylor really hit him hard, but it was Merrill that picked up the foul. Could have been either man.
Yeah.
Second one coming for Bryson.
Well, later on, you want it to be Merrill because if you can get him in foul trouble, he's not going to be able to get the bombs late on you.
Williams again. His second one is up and in, and he has 3 points. Terrell Carter on for the Bulldogs for Sam Bittner. Bulldogs get bigger and more physical with the big fella, TC, in the game.
Well, let's see how they play again. See how Utah State will play them in the post. They will double team where UNLV did not.
Aggies 12, Dogs 10. Utah State in the attacking zone with Maryland Brito. And now McEwen, they want the ball in his hands. Wonderful athletic moves behind the back, now throws to Henson, who's coming, and he drills a three. Deron Henson, 6'7" freshman out of Pasadena High School in Southern California.
All right, look for the high-low right now coming in for Fresno State with Bryson at the top of the key.
Hopkins right side driving, he had it stolen away. Deflected and taken by McEwen into the front court to Merrill. Merrill's bumped by Taylor. Easy play to call. Jamel got him.
Yeah, real easy play to call. You're right, Randy. That was the easy one to call. He's got to stay down, but that's what happens when you have a shooter in the game. When he rises up, you tend to get out of your stance instead of just raising your hand up. You unlock your legs, and that's what creates that foul.
Boy, this Aggie offense is having a lot of success early against a Bulldog team that completely stymied UNLV.
Yeah, well, this offense is a lot different type of personnel. And with McEwen out there, even though Hopkins is starting to give him fits off the dribble, it's still creating open looks for Utah State.
Left side, Henson trying to hit two in a row from downtown. That one's no good. Tipped and deflected and taken by Bryson Williams. So the Dogs go back on the attack, down by 5. Bittner, who went out briefly, is going to check back in, as is Deshaun Taylor. Down low, Carter whips a pass in the corner to Bowles. His three's on the way, no good. Rebound, Carter. He's inside, he puts it up, puts it in. Will the basket stand? There's a whistle, there's a foul. Officials are looking at one another. I don't know that this is going to stand. It's going against the Bulldogs. It's going against Carter, and the fans won't like that call.
I mean, he moves Irf in there, but, they obviously saw something. He's right there. The official's right there, so I can't, sometimes the guys start moving and pushing down there and stuff you don't see from the TV side or radio side.
A disgusted Terrell Carter goes down the floor shaking his head. He thought he had a clean rebound and basket. Aggies with a 5-point lead have possession. Brito out in front. They have that motion offense, and they move the basketball well. Merrill with it, defended by Taylor, shoots over him from 18, no good. Rebound Hopkins, who's doing a nice job from his guard position, rebounding the basketball. Hopkins is pushing the attack, fumbles it, picks it up, throws it back out to Jamel Taylor, to Bittner, to Deshaun Taylor. The two Taylors in the game for the Dogs. 15 on the shot clock, 12-18 left. Game clock, first half. 15-10, Utah State. Right side, Bittner for three. It's on the way. It's too long. Rebound, Sam Merrill, Utah State.
Well, they need something. Doesn't it feel like they just need a jump start somewhere on the defensive end? They need a play to get these guys in a rhythm.
McEwen gives it off to Brito. Brito handles the ball well for a big body. He's an inside player. McEwen, right side to Brito. Brito attacks the area, that inside paint area, kicks it back out to Taylor, and Quinn Taylor knocks down a triple. 18-10 Aggies, and they're shooting the lights out.
Yeah, well, they've got guys who can spot up shoot. If they can catch it in rhythm and set shot, they'll make shots on you.
13 and a minute plus to go in the half, and they started hitting shots, and now with 11 and a half minutes left, the Bulldogs find themselves down by 8. Deshaun Taylor, left side to Jamel out of the corner. It's on the way, and it's good. Jamel Taylor, a dynamic three-ball shooter. Jamel Taylor. 11-10 left, opening half. That brings the Dogs back to within 5.
Yeah, ball movement's key against this type of zone or man defense that Utah State's going to play. They got to keep moving the ball. They did an excellent job that time to get the open look.
Well, the Aggies can't shoot like this all day either. You got to think they're going to cool off at some point. Henson to Merrill. Merrill left side to McEwen. McEwen looking down low to Quinn Taylor. McEwen picked up by Carter. Passes it into the middle of the court trying to hit Brito, and it's stolen by Deshaun Taylor of Fresno State. Deshaun back the other way. Gives it to the trailer, Bittner. Left side to Jamel Taylor. He just hit a three. Now he goes to Bittner. Sam drives, kicks it back out to Deshaun Taylor. 15 on the shot clock. Taylor drives the lane, comes inside, got the basket, and draws the foul. Oh, what a drive by Deshaun Taylor. And suddenly the Dogs back to within 3. There's a timeout on the floor. 10:26 left, opening half. Taylor brings the Dogs to within 18-15. Bulldog basketball from Learfield. In the first 9.5 minutes, and that's why they're leading 18-15. They're shooting 60% overall. The Dogs are shooting 55%. Very entertaining first few minutes of basketball at the Save Mart Center. Sean Taylor just made the basket looking for a three-point play. Wonderful drive, but that's what Taylor does. He makes his living going to the cup. The 85% foul shooter knocks it down for the three-point play, and suddenly the Dogs to within 2. Front court, Crew Ainge has come in. That's Danny Ainge's son. Of course, Danny, the president, general manager of the Boston Celtics. Crew Ainge, a tough defensive-minded guard. Brito to McEwen, who penetrates, kicks it right side. Here's another three ball up and in for Henson. This team is 6 of 8 from downtown.
A lot easier to shoot it when you just can catch and shoot it. There's no pressure on you. It's keyed off of their dribble penetration. If you stop dribble penetration, you'll stop all this high percentage shots.
Inside, Carter looking for a high percentage shot. He's fouled with the ball on the ground. Aggies up by 5, 21-16. 9:47 to play. Gerard Henson picks up his first foul. Henson came in, knocked down a couple shots. He's going back out. Brown's back in. Merrill returns, and Kobe McEwen is going to get a breather. Bulldogs to trigger it in with Deshaun Taylor looking for a cutter. Finally has to come into the backcourt with a pass to Sam Bittner, who's able to go and get it. Brings it back into the front court. Jamel Taylor to Deshaun. They are not related. Bittner at the high post. Back to Deshaun. Taylor left side working against Cruz. Ainge goes around him, and another foul. Another whistle against the Aggies.
Smart move. They need to get them in foul trouble. They need to start shooting free throws and getting the fouls off off dribble penetration, because Utah State's just packing it in is making it difficult for Fresno State to get their jump shots off. 4th
team foul against the Aggies. First for Crew Ainge. Again, Crew's in there because he is a very talented defensive player. Bowles left side drives on that baseline. Turned aside, kicks it back out to Bittner. Now to Deshaun Taylor. Here's a three up, around, no good. Rebound Brown of the Aggies to Sam Merrill. Sam into the front court, gets a screen from Brown, comes around it, goes back inside to Dargenton. Dargenton, a hook of 5 is in there. Beautiful shot, but he hurt himself coming down.
Again, I saw him before the game. He said, Coach, I'm doing better. Then I got hurt after the game against Fresno State, and he gets hurt again. Oh.
That bounce by Alex Dargenton.
Oh, second time. You hate to see players get hurt.
Yeah, they're going to have to help him off. Both Merrill and Brown are basically carrying him to the side. Hate to see that. Bulldog basketball is brought to you in part by Fashion Furniture, established in 1960 and supporting our community ever since. Quinn Taylor back in for Dargenton, and I don't know that we'll see him again today. He's going right to the locker room.
You know, that was the eerie thing that happened the last game. He got hurt, and they came back and won the game. You know,
right.
so
he didn't want to go to the locker room. He stopped, slammed his right hand on the seat, and he's just bent over in pain and just so disappointed. You hate to see that.
Yep, but I'm happy to see Grimes.
He's in the game. Here's Bowles banking it up from 6 and scoring off the window. Ray Bowles. Despite this expert shooting from the Aggies, the Bulldogs in the hunt. A near steal by Deshaun Taylor. Aggies get it back, leading by 5. They work it inside to Quinn Taylor. He saves an errant pass. Now driving is Brown. Shot of 5 on the way. It's up and in. They don't miss. Brown with the basket. He's able to scissor inside and score.
Well, we talked at the pregame show about don't let Brown. He's an emotional guy. So if you let him have a start off like this, he may never cool off.
25-18. Williams left side to Deshaun Taylor, who penetrates, slips in the paint, so he comes out of there. Didn't want to have a 3-second call. Taylor drives, gives it off to Bryson Williams. Inside layup is on the way. Good. But he stepped out of bounds again, so it's no basket. That's the second time today Bryson on that baseline stepped outside the boundary.
Yeah, he's flying on that baseline. He's a tightrope walker on the baseline. But twice, we haven't seen it all year that he's got called for that.
8 minutes to play in the half. Aggies into the front court. McEwen shoving Deshaun Taylor away. Finds Merrill to Brown. Brown drives on Williams, puts up a shot. That's no good. Williams got a part of it. Terrific defense by Bryson Williams to Jamel Taylor. Taylor in the front court. Bulldogs want to have a faster pace. Bryson Williams drives, knocks down Cruz Ainge. Offensive foul on Bryson Williams. Fans don't like that call as it goes against Williams.
I don't like it either. He beat him to the spot. Ainge is not quick enough to guard him down there.
7:36 to play, opening half. The Aggies continue to shoot well. They lead by 7, 25-18. Bulldog basketball from Learfield. Down by 7 with 7:36 to play. Opening half, 25-18. Valley Children's Hospital, a proud sponsor of Bulldog basketball. Futures worth fighting for. Aggies bring it in to Crew Ainge. Aggies shooting 64%, the Dogs 54%. It's been terrific offensive basketball in the first half. Merrill gives it to McEwen. Straightaway 17-footer, too strong. And it comes to Deshaun Taylor of Fresno State. Bulldogs again want to try to get down the floor quickly, but give the Aggies credit. They're getting back defensively. Jamel Taylor with it. Off to Bryson Williams. Bryson Williams dribbling against Taylor, shoots over from 5 and draws the foul. Which I love about Bryson's game. He can shoot with either hand. That time he went up with the right hand.
Yeah, and a nice move. He got inside the key, caused help to come over. You know, and if he didn't shoot it, he had Grimes for the dump down. And if he misses the shot, if there's no foul, Grimes is there to go gadget Grimes it.
Here's a time when you're a Bulldog basketball team where you want to exercise some patience. You know that the Aggies at some point are going to cool off as Williams misses the first one. Bulldog basketball brought to you by Century Communities, the most awarded home builder in the Central Valley for customer service. Second one coming for Bryson Williams. 7:06 to play. Bryson 1 of 3 from the line this afternoon. Right hand push. That one's off the iron. Grimes. He puts it up and missed it. There you heard the first shout out from the coach of Grimes. Great rebound. He just didn't finish.
Like you said, he needs to take his time.
McEwen front court gives the basketball off to Merrill. Away from the ball, we have one going against Utah State. They were battling in the key. It was McEwen that picked up the foul, his first. Aggies have 6. The Dogs have 4 team fouls. Just under 7 minutes to play in the first half. And the Bulldogs and Jerron Hopkins will walk it up. Gives it left side to Bowles. Aggies into his zone. They've used both a man-for-man and zone. From the free throw line, Williams a 15-footer for 2. Bryson Williams, you give him that, uncontested like that, he's going to hit it every time.
He's worked on that shot quite a bit, and now that he's starting to shoot it, it's no problem for him. They're going to have to close out on him.
25-20. Aggies by 5. They've led all the way here. Bulldogs hit the first 3 of the game, and the Aggies have been unrelenting in their offense ever since. Merrill with a drive, gets to the iron and misses, and Grimes rebounds.
Oh, yes.
To Taylor. Go ahead, you can yell out Grimes.
No, he'll do something in a second.
Here's Bowles to the cup, and he scores. Ray Bowles. We're going to have a timeout, a 30-second timeout taken by Duryea and the Aggies. It's cut to 25-22. That Bulldog quickness, their ability to get to the cup. The 30-second timeout gives us time to tell you this portion of the broadcast brought to you by Grappetti Automotive Family. You can count on us.
Well, you know, Grimes is creating a change of pace because of his defense, his presence there, making players go up short because they know he can block out. And now you got Bryson handling the ball a little bit more, which creates a different type of pressure. And what the coach's job is to do is to figure out what combination is going to give you that run, that rush, that opportunity to go out there and make a comeback. And that's where they're at right now. Look for this team to make a nice little run.
What about Grimes' personality turns you on so much? Why do you love Grimes? He's a good basketball player.
Because he gets yelled at all the time. You should see it in practice. They're always on Grimes. So when he does something right, you got to cheer for a guy like that.
Well, he plays well, and he plays really great around the basket. Aggies have it. Their lead has been shaved to 3. And the Bulldogs go back defensively, seeing if they can slow down this Aggie team that has shot the lights out in the first half. Brito, left side, gives it to Henson, back to Brito. Diogo Brito to McEwen, and the Dogs have done a great job on McEwen so far. 8 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to shoot a 3. It doesn't get there. Rebound Grimes, getting inside of Henson.
Well, he's the difference maker. He allows you to do this right here. Get up and penetrate.
Bowles penetrates, kicks it back to Hopkins. Crossover dribble, lost the ball, turns it over. Picked up by Henson of the Aggies. Henson in the front court, left-handed pass to Brito and to McEwen, and on the weave it comes to Merrill. 20 on the shot clock, 5:15 left opening half, and away from the ball we have a foul. It's against Fresno State. Nate Grimes picks up his first foul. Rodney Terry goes for a walk on the bench. Bryson will get a breather. Being saluted on that bench. Bryson Williams works hard. Tireless worker and very coachable, terrific sophomore talent for the Dogs. Brito, left side, they work it to McEwen. He'll try another three. It's on the way and it rattles in. Three for Kobe McEwen. 28-22. McEwen, not a great three-point shooter, just 31%, but he got that one to go down.
He's getting some time off of that, and they're hitting him in the shooting pocket. Need more ball pressure.
Bittner off to Deshaun Taylor. Taylor looking to drive, penetrates, comes inside and banks it up and in. Great drive by Taylor.
That guy has no chance of guarding DT.
28-24. Oh. Here's a bump. Brito handling it, and Taylor bumped him. And you don't like that whistle.
Well, you know, it didn't affect the play. The guy still had the ball. It's just a little bump. There's a lot more going on, but maybe they're trying to get control of the game. Maybe they see something that they don't want to get out of hand.
There was contact. 6 fouls each. McEwen, who just hit the three, has the ball. Aggies go to Henson out in front. A long three, and that's down the hatch. Wow, they're lighting it up. 31-24. The Aggies cannot shoot it any better from downtown.
Well, they're getting clean looks at the bucket every time, and you got to get some pressure out there.
Right side with it. Deshaun Taylor. Step back three for Deshaun. It's on the way, and he's fouled. He's going to the line to shoot three. Brito got him on the arm, and he cannot believe it. Diogo is beside himself for committing the cardinal sin, fouling a shooter in three-point territory.
Yeah, he's looking at his coach. His coach is going, we went over that in the scouting report. Do not fall for that trick, and he fell for it. It's easy to look at it in film and say, oh, that won't happen to me. But when you get out there and you're playing against Deshaun, all of a sudden you find yourself in a spider's web.
Sean Taylor at the charity stripe. Again, he's shooting 84%. And he has the first one go off the iron and no good. Nothing irritates Deshaun more than missing foul shots. The junior from Riverside, California. Second team All-Mountain West last year. Second one is no good. Well, you never see him do that.
We had a fan come up and tell us the craziest thing in the world, that he likes a lot of noise when he shoots free throws at home. She may be right. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing it.
I guarantee you he'll make this. There's no way Deshaun Taylor's missing three in a row. Here's the right-hand push, and it's around and in, barely. Told you it was going to go in.
You did.
Hopkins out, Jamel Taylor in. Of course, whenever Jamel Taylor comes in, you can really open up a defense. He can really extend and shoot from deep. McEwen with it.
See, I don't think they have a problem scoring. It's going to be the problem on the defensive end. They got to play better defense right now.
Very valid point, because the Aggies, their accuracy in the first half has been expert. Brito from outside. That three ball won't get there. Rebound. Nate Grimes inside of Brown. Nate Grimes can rebound. Here's Taylor knocking down Sam Merrill. Offensive foul on Deshaun Taylor, who's a little disgusted right now, probably for missing those foul shots. The Aggies will have it when we come back. Utah State 31, the Dogs 25. 3:44 left opening half. Bulldog basketball from Learfield. The Aggies 31-25. Bulldogs being faced by Ray Bowles with 7, Deshaun Taylor with 6, and Bryson Williams with 5. Bryson, by the way, 2 for 2 today, and that's 10 consecutive field goal makes for Bryson Williams.
Wow.
The Aggies have Henson with 9, Brown with 8, so their inside players doing the scoring. The Bulldogs have done a nice job on the guards, but the inside players have been able to step out and hit threes. McEwen works it off to Henson. Another three ball on the way, and it's perfect. Downtown Henson is on fire. He's 4 of 5 from deep and has 12.
Well, he's been the X factor for them. He's able to get it. He's a nice-looking player. He's getting those looks and shooting well.
Bittner gives it to Bowles, who's had a nice half. Ray Bowles crossover dribble, comes inside, shot of 5, no good. Ray gets it back, battling inside and draws the foul. Aggies are over the limit, and Ray Bowles is going to the free throw line as Merrill picks up his second.
Well, that's crucial. You want him to get into some foul trouble. You know, Deshaun's over there sitting with 2 for Fresno State.
I want to thank the good guys from Good Guys Tire and Auto Repairs for their confidence in Bulldog basketball. Good guys, the local guys, we've got the answers. First foul shot is in. Another one coming for Ray Bowles.
And this is a night, if you're Fresno State, you got to throw your averages out because you know this is going to be a lower scoring game because of their style.
Second one misses, and the Dogs missing some foul shots in the first half. As a team, Fresno State shoots 70%. They're just an average foul shooting squad. 34-26, the Aggies have had a terrific first half. Merrill out in front, misses a 16-footer. Grimes rebounds again. He's controlling the glass.
He's controlling the glass.
Unfortunately, there hasn't been enough rebounds to go around because the Aggies have hit everything.
That is a great point.
Taylor with it, Jamel, hippity-hop dribble, and he throws it straight out of bounds. Wanted to go to Hopkins. 2:27 left as Bryson Williams returns. And Nate Grimes goes out, and he played well yet again.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have to score. He's affected 3 or 4 shots coming down the key, got the rebounds. Keep his confidence going. You're going to need him in the second half. That is for sure.
Utah State, I don't know that they've played a better half this year. Obviously, we haven't seen all their games, but
this is
certainly
a nice
have been
pace
confident in this first half.
Yeah, this is the pace that they want to play at. They can control this pace.
Brown will shoot a wild 18-footer, not close, and Hopkins rebounds. They're not getting second shot opportunities, the Aggies. They need to make that first shot. The Bulldogs are cleaning up the ball once it comes off the glass. Bowles with it. Right side gives it to Hopkins. 3 balls on the way, and it's in there. That's a bonus. Normally, Jerron doesn't shoot from out there, but they'll take the 3.
They'll take that, and if he's going to shoot a perimeter shot, you want him to get one in the first half so he has a feel for it.
Excellent point. 34-29. Aggies by 5, $1:40 to play. Opening half. With Mark Hugh Jones, I'm Randy Rosenbaum. Thrilled you're with us. Inside, Brown left alone, and he puts it in with the left hand.
Yeah, he got free on that one, and you got to stay in your matchups. It's going to be
Aggies,
defense.
they move well without the ball.
They certainly do. If you have ball pressure, that helps you because it buys you time. If someone's open for a second, they can't see him because you got great ball pressure on him.
Bittner, they're playing the high post. Taylor, Jamel's 3. Long range shot, no good. Rebound, Sam Merrill of the Aggies. Utah State. And Merrill comes into the front court. Sam, always under control, a 5 beta Kappa type of player, gives it to Henson, who has 4 threes in this first half. To Brito, 12 on the shot clock, 53 left in the first half, 53 seconds. Hopkins went down. They wanted a foul here against the Aggies. McEwen is knocked down, no call. He's on the ground, lost the ball. Bulldogs pick it up, and now we have an injured player, and it's McEwen that's down. Fans are irate. They wanted a foul against the Aggies. Aggies are concerned because their star went down hard. He's going to be okay. They've already lost Dargington to injury, who hurt his leg earlier in the half. Kobe will be okay. The Bulldogs will have the ball. We have a timeout for the moment as they clean up the floor.
Well, I think they're going to look at the monitor. Is that right?
I think so. They want to see about the contact.
Yeah.
Bulldog basketball brought to you by EECU, smarter banking since 1934.
Great year. My mom was born that year, so.
1934? She's young at heart, though, right?
She's resting with the Lord, but that's when she was born. That was the year.
So how impressive has this shooting display been for Utah State?
This is what they could sustain this all night if they're allowed to hit shots, get the ball in rhythm, and shoot shots where they're not contested. Now, the last time that they came down, they set up something, and they were able to get the ball to Brown Jr. Bryson got him to shot fake and take a bounce off, and you saw how wild the shot looked. If they can start doing that more, Utah State's shooting percentage will go down, and Fresno State will get into a better rhythm. But if they're just going to catch and shoot, they could sustain this for the night. You got to get them off their balance.
Now, I was blocked out. I didn't see the contact. Did you
No,
at all see it?
I didn't see it either. Had to be something on the floor where maybe someone got inadvertently stepped on, and they're checking the monitor and just seeing if it was a Christian Laettner type thing.
Well, the three officials, Chris Rastatter, Kurt Walker, and Rick O'Neill, are huddling. And I think we're just going to play on. Whoa, they're going to call a foul on Bryson Williams. And McEwen's going to go to the line because the Bulldogs are over the limit.
Well, that's one of those nights.
So remember, when we went and had that break to look at the monitor, it was Bulldog basketball. So they say there's a foul on Bryson Williams, and Kobe McEwen goes to the line.
Yeah.
And Nate Grimes is going to come in for Bryson Williams.
Coach Terry is irate, and you can understand why.
44 seconds left. The natives are certainly restless. McEwen at the line. Free throws on the way, and it's in. Hit the front of the iron, then the back of the iron, and tumbled through. 37-29, Utah State. McEwen with another charity. That one's on the way. That's not going to get there, and an easy rebound for Nate Grimes. McEwen, a 73% shooter at the charity stripe, hits one of two. Dogs down by 9. Bittner drives. He's tripped and fouled.
Wow.
You just love the effort plays you get from Sam Bittner.
It was a good job there, top of the key, turning and facing. That was a good aggressive play by him.
Second foul on McEwen, 9 on the Aggies, 36 seconds left in the half. Again, they mop up the floor, but you're going to do that a lot when Sam Bittner's here because he's diving for everything.
Right.
He got knocked to the floor that time.
That's a great point.
Every time Bittner's out there, he works up a sweat. He lathers up well because he's always working. He's always the first guy out on the floor practicing his shots before the teams come out. He drills the first one and earns the bonus. 37-30 Aggies. Bittner has another one coming. Checking back in is Quinn Taylor for Brown. Sam Bittner out of Las Vegas. He's got to be thrilled. Every time he's been on the floor against UNLV, they've beaten the Rebels. Of course, he's a native of Las Vegas, and I'm sure he loves defending and beating the Rebels. 37-31. Here he's trying to beat the Aggies. Final half minute. McEwen across the timeline, working against Hopkins. He gives the basketball to Merrill. The shot clock is 5 seconds ahead of the game clock, so the Aggies are going to have to turn a shot before intermission. The Dogs should get it back at least one more time. McEwen has it. 7 on the shot clock. He goes down low to Taylor, who's unguarded and scores. He got loose on the back door, 39-31. Hopkins into the front court with 5. He drives, comes inside, puts up a wild shot, not close. Rebound Quinn Taylor, and the half is over. 39-31 for the Aggies. A surprising first 20 minutes where Utah State had a terrific shooting opening 20 minutes. The Dogs need to go back into the locker room and map out a strategy to try to slow down the visitors from Logan, Utah. At the break, it's the Aggies 39, your Bulldogs 31. This is Fresno State basketball from Learfield.
940.